Hey, hey, bookish people. It's Chris here, and I am about to film a very quick July wrap up. I think the last month. Yes, July. Because I only finished 6 books this month. Now let's get into this. I'm not even going to split into sections because their sections are like 2 books each. So we're just going to go for it. Physical books. Yeah. First book I read this month, Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I absolutely love this book. Like, so much. Like, this is a book that I can definitely see myself rereading in the future, and I don't reread a lot of books. What to say about this book? Go look at my review. I'm putting it over somewhere. I don't know where I'm putting it. It's not on the screen. But yeah, go look at my review. It's great. I absolutely loved it. Such a fun book. Yeah, so if you don't know what it's about, just go look at my review. 5 stars. The other book that I read this month was 4 stars. I also have a review of this book, a video review of this book up, so you guys can check that out. And this is a book about a guy named Rafe who is openly gay originally at his original school. When he switches, he decides to not come out because he's tired of being looked at as just the gay kid. That's a short summary. But I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. Yeah, 4 stars. It was 4 stars. Alright, the audiobooks I read were Dodger's book and Briar's book from the Circle of Magic book series. Circle of Magic book series, one of my favorite series from childhood. It was the first book series that I got into, one of the first books that I remember reading and getting me to become a reader. And so I've been rereading the series. And it's a series about 4 kids who learn that they have magics and then go to train under other mages. And so that's kind of premise, and the 4 of them kind of get this big bond in the first book, and then you kind of go from there. In Dodger's book, we get to learn about trader culture. Dodger's one of the first characters of color that I remember reading, and so loved being able to go back and reread this book. It does drag in a few points, so I dropped it down a star, but I loved Tamora Pierce's world building and the way that she describes each characters as they come in, especially hearing it through audiobook, which is a full cast audio, which is great. And I just love Dodger's character. She's great, and her development throughout this book is really, really big. The 4th book, Briar's book, is about the first time that the 4 kids have an enemy that's not human. The enemy is a plague that is sweeping through Emelon, and it's people they know are dying, and it's really, really emotional book. And oh my goodness, I forgot how emotional this book was. And so yeah, 5 stars. I loved it. The last 2 things that I read were romance sort of things. The first one's Punch Drunk Love by Nico J. I can't wait to read more Nico J. I'm going to read The Frat Brat, which just came out with the anthology, and some other things from him soon because his characters are so interesting. I really loved it. Oliver is a biochemistry major who also is an MMA fighter, and this book you get to see some really great side characters with his friends and also with the fighters that are in his fighting group. There's a female fighter in his group named Izzy who I just loved. And so but this is about them going on their tournament, and then that night of the tournament, Oliver decides to go out to this gay club, and it's a Halloween party, and he ends up having to dress like a unicorn. It is the best. And also, so he meets a guy during the Halloween party, but the guy is wearing a mask, he doesn't know who the guy is. You're probably gonna know who the guy is immediately. I knew who the guy was immediately. But it was a really sweet story. The love interest there's some questions I had about the love interests, and that just bothered me a little bit because I was like, why did this happen and not get explained? I don't like that, so I dropped it down to 4 stars and didn't leave it as a 5 star. So the last thing I read was Running His Way Out by Connor Calvillo, and this story is about a guy named Tad who is in love with his best friend Mark, but he's closeted, and guess what's going to happen? This is not a spoiler because it tells you the thing. Him and Mark are going to fool around, and then Mark's going to freak out. But while Mark's freaking out, Connor starts to realize that he doesn't want to be in the closet anymore, that he wants to be out, and he wants to live his life more authentically, and he just starts getting his life, and I'm just like, yes, go Tad. But then people start trying to pull him back, and I'm like, no, don't go back. But he doesn't go back. He gets his life together. And so the first 20% was kind of cringy, and then Ted started getting his life together, and he meets a really good boy, and I'm just like, yes, you're making me happy. And I gave this book 4 stars because of that. This little short story. 4 stars. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was just made me happy. Anyway, that's all that I finished this month. I DNF'd a couple books, but I'm not gonna mention them in here right now. If I feel like doing a DNF review, I'll add it. I don't know. But currently, I'm reading Wes and Kit steampunk romance story. Finally, I got around to reading it, and I have an audiobook that I'm going to probably start. But I'm not gonna finish either of those by the end of the month. So next month is BookTube is on though, and I'm going to smash that. It's gonna be awesome, and I hope you guys had a good reading month. Tell me what you guys read this month. I will see you next time. Yeah.